Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Farr, Superintendent of the Killeen Public Schools. Welcome to another season of KPS Spotlight. KPS Spotlight is an excellent way for us to keep all members of our community informed about some of the great things that happen here in the Killeen Public Schools. For today's show, we're talking to some of Killeen High School's exceptional student athletes who participate in our winter sports program. Hi guys, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good.
Can we start by going around, have each of you introduce yourself and tell what sport you play? We'll start right here.
I'm Andrew Erskine. I do indoor track.
I'm Ben DeZonier. I do boys basketball.
I'm Megan Bianchi and I play girls basketball.
I'm Athena Monahan and I do cheerleading.
I'm Austin Caffrey and I wrestle. Okay,
great. What do you feel some of the biggest challenges that you have with being a high school student athlete? If everybody gives their opinion on that question.
Definitely the time after school for practice. It takes away from like doing homework and things like that.
I'd say just budgeting sleep, budgeting time with your friends, time with your schoolwork, everything you have to think about and factor in how much time each of that's going to take out of your day.
Ladies?
I'd say definitely measuring schoolwork and coming home from sports and not having much time to do homework, and especially when you have a late away game. I get home with barely enough time to do homework, so that's definitely a challenge.
Definitely time management.
Sounds like it's unanimous.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think this will, but you do well in school as well as doing well on the courts or on the fields or on in the gym or wherever. So do you feel that, when you go on to post-secondary education, whatever that may be, that this kind of time management that you're getting now, coupling sports and academics, which is so important, do you feel that will help you in the future?
Definitely.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it just teaches you such good time management skills when you're doing a sport and doing school at the same time. Just when you have, obviously after high school, we'll probably have different challenges that will take up our time, but it just teaches you how to budget it more.
I can speak, firsthand, even watching my own children grow up and play sports in high school and then play sports in college, and what it did for them. And at some point they make that decision that they've either had enough sports or they need to continue or whatever, and it all works out. But as long as you keep in focus that the number one thing is whatever you're studying and whatever your career choice is as you move forward. So, Austin, wrestling. You're a senior, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you had a terrific football season, and everybody followed you. What inspired you to wrestle?
I really just started wrestling for football when I was younger. My dad got me into the sport when I was 6 years old, and I've just been doing it ever since. I mean, both my sports complement each other, and teaches you a lot of life lessons, wrestling, dedication, and it's just a great sport.
And you've also distinguished yourself in the wrestling ring as well as on the football court. Can you tell a little bit about how you're doing and how the team's doing?
This year our team did very well. I think we went 20-2 in the regular season. Then we just placed second in our states. Right now I'm 37-0, and I just won Class S title for the second year in a row.
Well, then congratulations.
Thank you.
Second year in a row.
Yeah.
That's great. How about the rest of the Killeen High wrestling team?
They're doing good. We had 5 kids in the finals with me and 8 kids placed in states. So we're moving on to state opens next week and hopefully do great there too.
Now tell me a little bit about what state open is. What's that mean?
All right, so in wrestling you have 4 different classes. You have the S, the M, L, and double L. And then once all those tournaments take place, you all go to the state open, which is the top 6 place winners from each class all go to the open, so it's the whole entire state.
So you could be the state champion as well as just the small school champion. And we play in the small schools for wrestling?
Yes.
Okay. I realize that some sports it might be different because in football we were in the medium, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Who was the toughest opponent you had in your 4 years of wrestling? Put you on the spot.
Anthony Falbo from Newtown. He won nationals last year.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be seeing him again this week. So.
Really? Yeah, it's a great sport, and it teaches you a lot of discipline, and you obviously have to be in top physical condition to compete in that. So congratulations to you and to your teammates.
Thank you.
So Athena, tell me about cheerleading this year.
Yeah, so We just had ECCs last Saturday, and we got 4th place,
Great.
which was an improvement from last year that we got last. So we only lost by 1 point from 3rd, so that was kind of a downer. But we just got our routine about 4 days ago, so it was really an accomplishment to even get 4th.
Okay. So then the regular, except for cheering for basketball at home, right? Which is what you do.
Yeah.
Then the competition season will start after, now that ECCs are over. You'll go into other competitions through the weekends coming up in the next month or month and a half?
Yep. This Saturday we have a competition in West Haven, and then after that we have our state's competition.
And then how long into the spring does that go until you start spring sports?
Just about the beginning of March.
The beginning of March?
Yep.
Okay. And are you a captain? Am I
Yeah,
right?
I'm a captain.
Tell me
And
about what that's like as a leadership opportunity for you. What's that like?
it's stressful. It's really stressful. I feel like we have such like a connection though, because cheerleading is like trusting each other so much to like throw each other in the air and stuff. So it's like really tough like getting all the girls to like work together and like figure out like what our game plan is for the next competitions, because we had 2 injuries last weekend, so they're both out, so we had to change our entire routine again.
Yeah, that was, as a teacher and administrator for many, many years, cheerleading always made me nervous watching those competitions because you don't want anybody to get hurt. You know,
Yeah.
As much as contact sports like hockey and football and so forth, but people don't realize that the number of significant injuries that can happen, and you really do need to have that trust of the folks that are doing the catching as well as the flying. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Andrew,
Yes.
tell me about the indoor track season and what's your specialty and how's the team doing?
Well, this year our team did very well as a whole. We went and had a lot of people run at states. One person even made it past states and made it to state opens. That was Katie Stevens. Specifically, I'm pretty good at the 4x2 and the 300. Those are the 2 events I like to do. And but overall, it was a great season for everyone. There was double-digit people in the states. I don't know the exact number, but it was impressive.
But you can compare that to years past, right?
Yeah.
And you can see that there's greater participation.
Yep.
And more improvement and better results.
Yep. Correct.
That's great. That's great. And you know what? Success breeds success, I think. And you can see that right from the fall now into the winter, and everybody's looking forward. There's not that much snow on the ground. We knock on wood, and we hope that, we don't get any more snow, and so that we can get those fields nice and green for our spring sports, and we can run the table on having a great athletic year here at Killingley High. Any differences for you between the indoor track season and the outdoor track season, which is coming up?
The practices are definitely different because you're no longer running on a track. When it comes indoor season, you're inside in the school, and the events are also different because it's a different track. It's a 200-meter track instead of a 400-meter track. So they change up all the events. They're like smaller events. So instead of running 100 meters, you run 55. Or instead of 400, you run 300, things like that. But besides that, it's still the same thing, and you just go out there and try your best.
Where do you have to go for your meets?
This year, a lot of our meets took place in New Haven, but we also go to Coast Guard Academy in New London.
I've been to Coast Guard Academy. That's a beautiful facility.
Yep, it is.
And does that inspire you as far as after Killingley High School that you might want to try doing a little track?
I mean, it's definitely something I'll keep my options open for. It's a hard sport to do. It requires a lot of time and effort, but it's definitely something I'm going to keep open.
It does. My nephew's a college track coach, so I know what he puts into it for his student athletes and in the Boston area, and it's a full-time commitment, no doubt about it. Megan, basketball,
Yep.
quite a season.
Definitely.
So what more can I say? Tell us all about it.
Well, from past years, we definitely made an improvement. This year we went 9-11, which still isn't the greatest, but I've actually won more games in one season than I have in my entire high school career, so that's definitely a positive thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So did we make any kind of postseason play, or we came close, or but the vast improvement over years past, right?
Yeah, definitely. We qualified for the ECC tournament and the state tournament. We had to play a really good team and for the first round of ECC, so we didn't win that. And actually on Saturday we're playing the number 2 ranked team in the state. So
Really?
yep,
Who would that be?
Enfield.
Oh, very good. Well, you know what though? When your opponents are better, it makes you better.
Definitely, I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what talent's like out there because I've
Yeah.
never really traveled like further than for at least high school. I've never traveled outside, so I'm excited to see what's out there.
It's out there. Connecticut has, as you know, as we all know, Connecticut has an outstanding reputation for basketball, both men's and women's,
Definitely.
both at the university level and at a high school level. So where does that take you in the off season? Do you participate in basketball in the off season in organized basketball?
Well, for this year, since I'm a senior, I can't play AAU
Right.
because junior year is your last year. But I'm gonna be playing at Avery Point, so I'm gonna be starting to practice with them and working out with them. So that'll
That's
get
your
me
choice
ready.
for school, UConn Avery Point?
Yeah, and it's only a 2-year school, so I'll probably play there for 2 years and I'm gonna try and get a scholarship to a 4-year school.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we look forward to hearing the great things after Killing High School as well. So, Mr. Ben, boys basketball, also a pretty good season, right?
Pretty similar to last year, I guess. We had a little bit higher expectations this year than last year since we had a lot of returning players, but we got bit by the injury bug a little bit in the beginning of the season, and then beginning of our schedule was more the easier part of our schedule, so that was the wrong time to have that happen. We lost a few close games early, but we've recovered lately. We had a big win against East Lyme last week, and if we beat New London tonight, then we'll qualify for the state tournament. So, I mean, that's a tall task in itself, but I think we can do it. They're not as dominant as they have been in years past.
And that does ebb and flow in high school athletics. You know, you can't expect public high schools to always have those strong teams. No, a lot of it. That's why they arrange the schools to play of similar size, because you have that pool of athletes to draw upon, and the times change from years to years. So, any words of encouragement for the younger teammates for next year?
I guess when you look at your schedule, don't count games away. Don't count games as games you don't think that you can win. If you play the perfect game and they play the worst game ever, then you could win no matter what team you play. And I guess it's just every game you go out there, just go out there and try and win.
It's a mindset, isn't it?
Yeah.
On any given day, you just say, we're going to give it our best shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to play however they play, and whoever wins at the end, that's great. You know, I watched a basketball game over the weekend, college basketball game, and it was the underdog prevailed, and a lot of it was because of defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that the other team just wasn't shooting at the percentage that they usually do. You know, and Texas A&M prevailed, and it was a great thing to see. Plans after high school, guys? We'll go around the way. We'll start with Ben and go back around the other way.
I'm going to Fitchburg State University. I'm going to play baseball there and probably major in business.
Very good. And the athletic director is a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I will make sure she knows you're coming up there, and she'll make sure she takes good care of you.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to QV. I don't exactly know what I want to do after high school, after high school, so I feel that's the best choice.
It's the best place to start. Best place to start, absolutely. Much success. Amanda?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm going to Southern Connecticut State University, and I'm going to try out for the cheerleading team there. And I'm also going to study medical field.
Okay. Megan?
Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playing basketball at Avery Point. I'm gonna study marine sciences.
Oh, great. So that takes you only 2 years there, and then you wanna look.
So since it's a 2-year, I want to study marine sciences there, and then I actually want to study marine zoology somewhere else.
Okay, great.
I'm down to 2 choices right now for football: Assumption College and University of New Haven. So be playing football at one of those 2 schools next year.
Okay, very good. So it could be the Greyhounds or the Chargers, one or the other. Okay. Keep us informed on that. Very proud of each and every one of you and all of your teammates and your coaches on how you carry yourselves in the community, because it's not just what you do athletically, but it's how you present yourself as members of a team and members of this community. So I can't tell you how proud I am, because I never have any issues that I have to resolve that have to do with our athletic program. So thank you. Thank to Gene Blaine, our athletic director, and all your coaches. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of class to come down here to KTV and join me today for this little production. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, folks. We'll see you next time on KPS Spotlight.